Cool, cool. I'm actually going to jump off the stage. So, how many of you guys in here, I saw a little bit of the count, how many of y'all have heard of an elevator pitch or are very, very successful at networking? Not like you do networking a little bit, but how many are actually successful, very successful networking? Very few of y'all, maybe. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you guys the keys to success in networking, what I've actually done, kind of in the field. I spent a couple times in conferences. Recently came back from the Power Networking Conference with George Fraser. If you've ever heard of him, I was at Black Enterprise in Chicago, so I learned a lot of good stuff. I'm about to share it with you guys and go from there. How many of y'all have businesses? Everybody wants your name. Okay, cool, cool, cool. How do you, I'm actually going to, what's your name now? Can you see it? All right. What do you do to gain clientele normally?
Facebook advertising.
You have it?
Facebook networking, passing out little postcards, passing out business cards, a lot of word of mouth.
Okay, that's good. Now, what about any events? How many events you've been to, networking events? Many? A lot of people? Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to talk about a lot of things today. Go ahead. All right, so keys to success in networking and elevator pitch. Excuse me. By me, of course, the CEO of It's Not Complicated Tuner. Okay. We're going to look a little deeper into how everything goes with this networking today. As I have my magnifying glass, let's dive in and see what we can find. Go ahead. All right, so what is a network, right? As you see here, a network is a supportive system of sharing information and services among individuals and groups having a common interest, okay? When you go to networking events, you normally look for people that kind of have the same mentality as you or the same passion, right? Whenever you want to be successful, you've got to have the passion to do it, okay? By the way, those that are taking notes or you tweet, whatever you may be doing, go ahead and keep doing it. That's good, okay? Electronics is highly encouraged. Okay? We did that all those conferences I did. Go back one time. Just go, hit the little arrow. Sorry. All right. Now, what is networking? It's the deliberate process of exchanging information, resources, and support and access in such a way to create beneficial relationships. And the key word is relationships, right? Key word. All right, go ahead. So when you come here, networking takes diligence and work and discipline, right? How many of y'all knew that when you apply for jobs out there, 75% of people get jobs through networking? They post jobs, right? They post jobs, but the jobs are never available. They're only available to what? Internal people. So most positions are not posted or filled before posting. You post your resume, 50% of the people are not going to really see it. They're going to browse through your resume and say, okay, cool, he has his qualification, she has his qualification, whatever the case may be, but it's not exactly what you're looking for, okay? And by the way, a lot of companies are now looking towards LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, you need to get on LinkedIn, okay? I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Targeting strategy, industry focus. Talk to people in your network that are doing it now, who are doing what you do currently, okay? Company focus. Talk to people in your network who is an insider, meaning somebody in the company that knows managers, that knows who you need to know to move and use upward mobility in your company. Okay, talk to those kind of people, all right? Or who was an insider. If they've already left the company, guess what? You can call them back up and say, hey, John, I know you worked at, at Google. Okay. What did you do? He told you what he does. And then you say, hey, what about positions? Who do you know the hiring managers? That's who you want to get in contact with, okay? Break through clutter. Talk to people in your network who can bring you to a hiring manager and be your cheerleader. You want them to talk about you and how successful you've been and what you can bring to the company. All right, somebody comes to you trying to say, oh, yeah, I can network you in, but they have a lot of BS, for lack of a better word. Cut through the clutter. Okay, next. What's important about your network? Excuse me. How can you build a bridge to lead you to where you want to be? Okay? It's not about how big your network is. That's a misconception. Oh, I have 8,000 friends on Facebook. I got 100,000 followers on Twitter. Okay, who cares? How many are meaningful? Right? So how many are really meaningful to you and your business and your clientele? Who is your following? Your following is not who you're really following. Your following is who's impactful. All right, the bridge leads you to job opportunity, potential clients, business partners, investors, and VCs. If you don't know anything about investments, venture capitalists are what VCs are. How many of y'all seen Shark Tank? My favorite show in the world. Love Shark Tank, right? Man, I love it, right? The tenacity of the other guys going at it with each other to get business deals. It's just phenomenal, okay? New ideas. All right, next. First tip, have an agenda. If you're going to a networking conference or an event, have an agenda, know what you want to do. Research the events in your area and select the best ones available to you. All right? What's your objective? What are you doing to find, are you going to find investors? Are you going to be educated? Or are you going to be inspired? Most of the time, I go to be inspired by others because I can partner with somebody that might have a little bit of a hint of what my future looks like. Go ahead. Choose individuals who you want to network with. All right? Familiarize yourself with the speakers and faces of others. When I was at Black Enterprise, I saw quite a few of the speakers, like Hodge Flemings, who's very, 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 very important in social media. I work with Steve Harvey's group as well, and I met a lot of people at that particular function. We do Steve Harvey's event every year at INC Tutoring and mentor young men across the nation educationally, and also teach them how to be a man. It's kind of cool every year. So, get to them before their engagement if they speak. So if you see the speaker, he's outside or she's outside, get with them before the event starts. Hey, my name is so-and-so. I do this. You know, I saw you out here. I know you're the speaker. Tell me about yourself. Get the introduction going first. Start with what you want to do, your destination, then a brief backstory. Connect the dots between them, and then share the story. All right? Talk about yourself is a good way to spread the word about who you are. But remember, treat networking like a relationship in love, right? How many of y'all have husbands or girlfriends, boyfriends? All right. Do you want them to just talk about them and talk about you, or do you want them to really listen to what you have to say? They can hear you, but are they listening? Same thing in networking. You need to listen. Stop talking and listen sometimes. Next. Here's the video. Hopefully, does it go? Okay, can you hear? Here's some mistakes. Hold on here. Anyway, you can see that. All right, I'll talk about it as she goes, so sorry about that. So the third part here was believe in what you're talking about. So let me kind of let her go for a second. Sorry about that. Huh? Yeah. A little bit. All right. So we're going to move past that. Yeah. All right, so 3 tips in networking. I'll have some more tips for you here in a second. Go ahead and space bar for me. Sorry about that, guys. So other network do's and don'ts. That's basically what that little short clip was talking about, was do's and don'ts. Now, do not interrupt someone in private or serious conversation. Don't ever do that. Don't be negative. Don't come in talking about, man, I just came back, I got laid off. Okay, we understand you got laid off. That may have happened to quite a few. It's happened to me before, actually, in my lifetime. But when you go to a networking event, that's not really what matters at the time. You come in positive, with positive attitude. Don't just stand there and speak up and introduce yourself about what you do. Okay? Don't be a dead horse. Yeah, some people do that as well. Don't get discouraged. Not everybody's going to like you. Okay? You have people that do like you, people that don't like you. But not, don't say, oh, well, he doesn't like me. I don't think something I'm going to do. Okay, that's fine. Who cares? You do what you want to do, what you are getting out of the conference or the event. Okay? Do not ask for a job. Do not ask for a job. Ooh, Lord. Some of y'all, not y'all personally, but some of y'all go to networking events and that's what you do. You go and say, man, let me see how I can get this job real quick. No. You don't go with that approach. Okay? You go asking for advice, information, and other contacts. All right? That you can get. So that way you can network your way to a job. Right? Do not spam multiple emails or stop people with multiple phone calls. How many of y'all had that happen? Not necessarily you do it, but how many of y'all seen it happen before? People just keep calling and calling and calling and bothering. No, that's not the way you're supposed to do it, okay? Don't share anybody's information with anyone unless you give them permission to do so. All right, you're violating their rights and their personal property, that way, or intellectual property. Do not just hang with friends at a conference or summit. How many of y'all go to networking events with partners? Okay, that's fine. Go to the networking event with a partner, but do not actually network with your partner. Don't bring Sally along, and all of a sudden, you bring her to meet her. She might be a little bit, I'm not saying she might not be intimidated, but she might be like, well, who is your partner right here? What's going on? Do it one-on-one. All right, it's more of an impact that way and less intimidating. Next. Second tip, fly solo. Right? You fly solo in networking. The best way to do it. Do not go into network with a buddy, like I stated. You're forced to interact with others that way. If you've never been out the scene, right, and you are more, what's the word I'm looking for? You're more, you use collusion, right, for grouping. You don't want to do that. It's less intimidating. You can interject in the conversation easier by just walking by. How many of y'all been to a networking event where you're just walking by? You're not really focused on somebody, but you're walking by and they say, oh yeah, we're about to start a school. So me and what I do in my business, I'm going to hold up. You about to start a school? Okay, let me rewind the tape real quick. Cool. All right, you about to start a school. And then I will wait for my opportunity to break into the conversation. You don't want to fold yourself in. Wait for the particular moment. And then you say, hey, I heard you talking about you about to start a school. What kind of school is it? And then you see what they're doing. As soon as you find out everything about what they do, then you say, well, I'm JB. I'm the CEO of It's Not Complicated Tutoring, and here's what I do. Okay? If you see someone alone, join them and introduce yourself. Give your elevator pitch and ask what they do. Look for opportunities to partner. All right, next. Third tip, work the room. How many of y'all heard that term? Work the room. All right, work the room. So, be prepared to give a short intro for an in-person interaction. If you know who people are ahead of time, search for them on Google or LinkedIn. Your info should be up to date. How many of y'all go on a networking website and your information is not up to date? It's just sitting on blocks, right? Right? Just sitting. Hasn't been updated in 2 months. Okay? You need to make sure your stuff is updated. The more people you meet, the more chances you have to make networking magic. Speak about 5 to 7 minutes each, speaking to somebody about what you do. No longer. To offer assistance to others. If you don't go to a networking event all about yourself and you can open up doors for yourself. Okay? Think about that for a minute. Ask about professional organizations. How many Greeks do I have now? Any Greek organizations? Alright, new right here. Me too. Me as well, man. KSI. Good stuff. Nice. Be a good listener. If you have people in different organizations, go to them because they can also provide a lot of other networking opportunities for you. If you belong to a professional organization like National Society of Black Engineers, which I've been on the board on for quite a while before, and other organizations. Okay, assert yourself positively and confidently. Have an attractive business card. Ooh, big one. Have an attractive business card. I'm not gonna say that about people today, but how many of y'all use this to print for your cards? How many of y'all use this for anybody? Okay. Vistaprint is a decent card maker, but it does not give you any clout in the business world. You want to have a deeper card that has substance. When you fill it, it needs to feel a little heavy, not too heavy, right? But it needs to be a good card. So let's zoom in on my card. Use a professional email address, okay? If you can do me a favor, can you, ma'am, can you turn the light down a little bit so people can see a little bit? There we go. All right, so here's my card. Here's what it looks like, just to kind of give you a little bit more of a visual. Here's what my card looks like on the front and the back. Okay, it's a little shiny, right? It does have a QR code in the back. About a month ago, a big article came out in social networking and saying you need to have a QR code in the back of your cards. That's how people do it nowadays. They take those little QR code readers and they have something they can go to. For me, it goes to a presentation of my business. It's pretty cool, actually. So check it out. Well, I'll hand business cards out if you want them at the end of the presentation. And I have some other things that you might want to see. Yes. Excuse me. 4 tip, take notes. When you meet someone, you don't remember everything that they say, obviously, right? Human nature. Take notes about how you met that person and how you can partner with them on the card or on a different piece of paper. Now, I'm a techie, right? Before I was in education and taught high school mathematics, I was a techie. And I don't like to use that much paper. That's just me, though. So if you have Evernote, how many of y'all have Evernote as an app? Use Evernote. If you're an executive or you're a business owner, Evernote will save your life, okay? Evernote or ColorNote. Use keywords to get the strengths of the person you met, and use a phone or tablet to make more detailed scribbles. Do not go to a networking event and say, we're talking to a person like this, and you're just writing down, okay? They're going to be like, what you writing down? What you writing down right there? What's going on, man? So do it far away. Walk away. Say, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you. You go over here, and you go to your table, and you say, okay, cool, I know she works with so-and-so, and you make your notes. It's less invasive. Next. Fifth tip, watch what you drink. That's a little funny. Watch what you drink. Networking events normally have drinks at champagne, wine, right? Beer, maybe. Alcohol, maybe a little bit of Moscato for our ladies. Alcohol makes it easier to meet people, but one drink, moderation is key. One, just one. All right? Not 2, 3, 4. Not you all say, girl, I went to this networking event, and I don't remember nothing that man, I don't know, right? So you don't want to have that happen to yourself, all right? Moderation is key. Don't wake up the next day wondering what you said or who you were with. All right? 6th tip, follow up, 24 hours. George Fraser said it best. 99.99% of people will not follow up. Don't get discouraged. The reason is because people don't exactly really understand why they're really there to meet you. They got to process and think about it first. That's why it's 24 hours, okay? Tweet, email, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Plus is what you want to use to follow up, or call if you're a personal person. I like to text a lot. I'm a little bit of the younger generation, but I like to text a lot. So that might work for me sometimes, and calling might work for me as well, but it depends. Follow up with the host. Oh, never forget the host. Who brought you on? Who brought you here? The host of the event, Black Access Granny, right? After I get done, I'm going to thank Heather Perkins, right? Because she's the one that brought this event to us. Make sure you do that, because guess what? Further events, they're hunting you down to come back. Next, no one owes you anything. May not be able to hear that video, so what we're doing, you can try it if you want to, but I'll probably skip it. Yeah, I'll give you guys a copy of this if you want. If you want my card, I'll email it to you because they can see the videos. But I don't know. Yeah, it's probably not gonna work. Just basic, no big deal. That was Damon from Shark Tank. I love that guy. Man, he's awesome. But if you want to look at the video, I'm sorry, just look at it later. All right, get my business card and we'll talk later. All right, tips on perfecting your elevator pitch. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about what you can do for other people. Keep that in mind. Don't be selfish. Right? Man, I do this. It's all about me. I'm the CEO. No. Don't do that. Go about helping other people. Open your heart and your mind. Address audience problems and offer solutions. Who wants somebody that runs a business that offers a whole bunch of problems with no solutions? If you come to me with a problem, how about you tell me how to fix it? All right? That's what you want to do. One size doesn't fit all. Tailor your pitch to the person who's listening and address their needs. All right? What makes you different or better than the rest? How are you better than Google? How are you better than this next app? How are you better than Instagram? How are you better than Facebook? All right? How can you make this car better? Okay? What does your competition not do that you do? For me personally, I know between Sylvan and Kumon Learning Centers, what we do differently is that we offer a private prescriptive tutoring service that tailors to the exact person. So if you have a son or daughter that's getting tutored, they need help in chemistry, okay, cool. We'll provide that for them. But if they're more hands-on, I have a board, whiteboard. They can come up to the board and do their hands-on material. We give them things of that nature, so it's specific for them. They have autism. We got that too. So everything is tailored. Everything. Okay, the big guys don't do that. Sylvan doesn't do that. Keep it short and succinct. Omit extra details or cluttered elevator pitches. Ineffective. Practice makes perfect. Next. Deliver your elevator pitch in a conversational tone. Do not let it be monotone, okay? Do not let it be monotone. Grab the listener's attention with a story or recognize big name you can relate it to in your business. Define the size of your market. Do your market research, okay? Tell who's behind the company, and from a competitive landscape, what is your advantage? You don't want to own a business and have no competitive advantage. You need to have that competitive advantage to gain market share. Show your passion. I'm passionate about what I do. Those of you that know me know I love what I do. Man, I love it, right? I get to affect educational lives and dreams every week. It's awesome, okay? You can do the same way with your business. And with the call to action. And of course, this is a really, really, really good pitch. I want y'all to hear it, but you can hear it on your next. Close to being last. Now, what I want you to do is, y'all thought y'all gonna get away with my presentation without doing nothing, huh? It doesn't go down like that in my head, okay? Person next to you, what I want you to do, you can shake it off a little bit, get up, whatever you want to do, okay? Wobble for a second. So, you have 1 minute to pitch your business or what you do. Partner with somebody. I'll give you 30 seconds to partner with somebody real quick. And we'll go from there. So 30 seconds, you partner with somebody, and then we'll start the pitch. Okay? Don't be scared. Just introduce yourself, all right?
Internet-based company that we are in 22 countries, and we are entering the United States to improve the lives of our students, teach them about planning.
I'm Adrian Porter, and I'm a user experience researcher in Village Services. And what we do is we create websites for products and developers, actually bring in your demographic and market to look for whole options and website and then make it
Employed what?
So we've worked.
Now make sure one person is speaking. One person.
Credit card. Do a lot of work for Green Mountain, the coffee company.
Okay.
So that's what it is.
Now, time's up. 1 minute is up. Now, wasn't that long, but it's 1 minute. Now, hold on. You can stay with that partner. Now, you have the other person has 1 minute to tell their pitch to you. 1 minute. Go.
You basically take websites and market websites and break them down. You said that you are a, what do you call it? User experience. I've never heard of that. User experience.
Better listen. That's what I need to work on.
All right.
Basically, I'm saying.
Time. Okay, now, what I want you to do real quick, real briefly, I'll give you about 35 seconds for you to critique each other. If she needs to say, hey, how did you do on your pitch? She needs to say, how did you do on your pitch? You got 35 seconds.
No. I think what I did take away from it is to be very passionate. I think that I would probably bring it. I think I got distracted by the and maybe this is not that music later. I think it's good to kind of show your expansion, but I started thinking like, oh really, where were you? What did you do? I think it's good. What I really like is your eyes are
Basically, what got my attention is that introduced someone to me that I knew that kind of dissect
time.
have someone
Now, how many of y'all
get an excellent job.
found out maybe possibly a strength that you didn't have right now? Okay? Now, I need, I'll give this to my Chief Communications Officer right here, Ms. Gloria Deal. I want you to pick somebody to come up and do an elevator pitch to the audience. Now, whoever gets picked, don't be scared. Don't be like, nah. No. This is all about practice and honing your skills.
I picked this gentleman with the red handkerchief.
Where?
Red is my favorite color.
Oh, okay. All right. Come on, sir. You just clip on mic real quick, and then you tell them. All right. Don't be scared. Don't let that. Just relax. You tell us what you do. Tell us about yourself, what you do, how you carry your brand, and how you promote to help somebody else. Something like that as part of your elevator pitch. Okay, based on what you learned today, you have 2 minutes. Actually, sorry, you have about a minute to do your elevator pitch.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kendrick Gorey. I am the president and CEO of Next Level Networking Black Expo. And what I'm here today to learn is to learn about networking, building a network base with more people, different people than I know outside of my circle. And that's one of the things I'm trying to do is get outside of my circle. We created Next Level Networking Black Expo because I felt as though there was a need in the city, in the metroplex, in order for us to have a black expo. I know we have had many expos in the past before, but there have not been a major brand of expos for a while now. And so I have created Next Level Networking Black Expo. I'm here to let everyone know about Next Level Networking Black Expo and see if you would like to become a vendor or sponsor or just like to participate in this venue itself.
Okay? All right, good. All right, now, feedback. Somebody give me feedback. Any feedback for me? Any feedback? Raise your hand. Any feedback? Now, let's go to the nice young lady over here on Mary Kay.
He needs to put more passion and enthusiasm into it.
Okay.
He believes what he's saying and it's fantastic information, but just a little bit more smiling and
A little bit more
making eye
confident.
contact. Yeah.
All right, cool. Sounds good. It's all positive feedback. It's constructive. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. All right. I would do a lot more, but I don't have the time right now. So here's the deal. Here's my contact information. I'm Jay Bill, President and CEO of It's Not Complicated Tutoring. I'll give a little bit more spiel of myself real fast. Again, we offer prescriptive private tutoring services to clientele from about 5 years old to people past their master's degree level in more than 13 different disciplines across the board. We also tutor online through Skype or Oovu as well. Currently, right now, we have 4 tutoring consultants here in Dallas, 2 other executives, including my Chief Communications Officer here. I have 1 tutor in Boston, Massachusetts. We're working on 1 in LA. We just hired 1 in New Orleans a couple of days ago. We're about to actually finish that particular transaction out. But we do provide scholarships as well to the community. We just gave 1 out recently and also presented a scholarship to Soledad O'Brien from CNN a little while ago as well. So we go out to the communities and partner with different organizations. United Way, which is the biggest or the largest volunteer organization, I think, in the world, if not in the United States. We partner with them to provide tutoring and other services, mentoring to them as well, and of course Steve Harvey Mentoring Group, we work with them as well, and a whole lot more. You can read about that later. So here's our contact information here. If you'd like to contact us for media, magazines, radio, speaking engagements, tutoring, anything like that, definitely here's all our information on our social media. If you like my presentation, it's way different than a PowerPoint, isn't it? It's a lot cooler, right? So if you want the presentation, I will give you a card. How many want my card? Let me answer that question.
I already gave him, I passed my cards.
You did? Oh, she took care of it. All right, see how we work? Already, yeah. Okay, let us know if we can help you. I hope you've enjoyed me as a speaker. And